Are you ready?
Yeah. Channel Toro Hero Scribble Was? Yeah!